Welcome, travelers. Today we are going to talk about Dr. Leto Apostolakis and his studies in the world of Remnant. Please remember to like and subscribe for more videos and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. An invasion of Earth is happening, and it must be stopped at any and all cost. Researchers and staff have started attempting to destroy the World Stones, doing what they could with little success. But Dr. Leto Apostolakis' harmonic frequencies may be the answer. Ward Prime was completely compromised and would serve as a test site for Dr. Leto's theory, an attempt to destroy the World Stone. All the remaining faculty above the World Stone level are told to evacuate immediately. The staff were confused by the emergency military measures and thought it was unreasonable to require their evacuation, as the lower levels were already sealed. But the following day, the World Stone located in Ward Prime was destroyed, causing massive structural damage and leaving behind a traversable Lorentzian wormhole. Prior to the invasion, Dr. Leto had been working in Research Station Alpha, trying to find a way to utilize the crystals not just as a source of infinite power, but also as a way to travel. In March of 1968, Dr. Leto traveled to Ward 16 and remained there to further his research of the World Stones, finding that the key to the stones was harmonics, and he began sending researchers to Alpha Station with new parameters. This was his first attempt at creating a hole in space-time to travel through, an Einstein-Rosen bridge, the ability to travel from one location to another in the blink of an eye. By April, Dr. Leto had begun to use harmonic frequencies given off by one of the Dreamers to activate the crystal and opened a portal to another world. A manned expedition can now be planned. Dr. Leto had no desire for manned exploration and only wanted to focus on furthering his research and replicate the crystal's ability to instantly teleport matter from one point to another. Back in Research Station Alpha, Dr. Leto had continued his studies of the crystals, how they affect space and time, and how they are able to displace matter from one point to another. As the Root began their invasion and wards were going dark, Research Station Alpha continued working. Dr. Leto discovered how to use the technology of the crystal to create a replicator, using it as a teleporter that would destroy the original copy of the subject. He wanted to use this as a weapon against the Root. On June 30th, 1968, Dr. Leto received a Root specimen to test his weapon, and by mid-July, he had started to begin testing his replicator on it. He wasn't able to perfectly replicate the crystal, but it was good enough for him. With each use of his transporter, the specimen was destroyed in one location and reassembled at another destination. This effectively killed the Root and then made a new copy each time, and the specimen was forced to suffer this fate over and over until in early August, Dr. Leto stated that he was starting to become concerned if the specimen escaped. It was starting to take on characteristics of the replication effect as part of its own body. Though Dr. Leto's quantum replication effect had worked, he struggled to predict or direct the entanglement effect that would allow him to dictate a set point for a traveler to land after use. Continuing to ignore evacuation orders and racing against time, they continued to look for a way to stabilize the entanglement. By September 18, 1968, Dr. Leto was obsessed with finding the answers. He learned that the harmonics used to activate the crystals were also the instructions. The harmonics were a form of encoding, and he believed that not only would this shake the foundation of modern physics, but maybe, with this, they could use it to escape the lab. It is unknown if Dr. Leto knew that the world had fallen to the Root at this time, and if he and the rest of his team were even able to use the device to replicate themselves out of Research Station Alpha. A few things to note before we end the video. Research Station Alpha is an area that we can still explore in the world of Remnant. The specimen that Dr. Leto was experimenting on is now underneath the lab. It continues to split itself and remains in a constant state of agony. The transporter actually drops to a crematorium and burns the original copies of our bodies as we appear elsewhere. And there is also a wall infused with bodies, possibly where people were trying to make their escape and failed before the machine was calibrated. Once again, thank you all so much for watching or listening. Please let me know if you think Dr. Leto and his team were able to make it out of Research Station Alpha down in the comments. And I'll see you next time, Traveler.